This tutorial is to show that the process of making an audio clip can be a simple one, even with an advanced program. Audacity is the perfect program to use, so you can put Audacity, A-U-D-A-C-I-T-Y, into any search engine, search for it, and the first thing that's going to come up is this, audacity.sourceforge.net. Click on it, takes you to their website. It's a free program, and it runs on Windows, Mac, and Linux. So all you do is click on the download tab. I'm running Windows 7, so I chose the beta version of the program. Go to the recommended downloads. Click on the installer that you need that's appropriate, again, for your operating system. Save the file, let it load and run. Once you're all done saving the file, you will have an icon on your desktop, or it'll be listed in your program. So you just click it and open it. And you'll find a basic tape deck style bunch of buttons. Pause, play, stop, skip to the start, skip to the end, and record. If you have a script ready, and it's a relatively short one, and you don't want to deal with advanced editing, just hit record. Hit the record button, read your entire script until you're done, and then hit stop. It is just that easy. That's done. If you don't like it, you can delete it. Little X, delete it. And you can hit record again and try it again, over and over until you're done, and you won't need to know anything else. Because once you hit stop, that track is finished. You can then skip the whole rest of this tutorial and skip right to how to export it into the format you want. If, however, you have a longer script, or you're not as good at reading scripts, you may want to edit. So here's some tips on editing. By hitting stop, I finished this track completely. It will not let me re-record on this track, but I can record a second track. By just hitting record again, though, you'll see that you can hear the first track simultaneously as you record, and it will record both of them. When you have the speakers going and don't have headphones on, then you'll get both audios. So what you can do if that happens, you can mute this one and record over, so that it will be recording over, technically over this track, but it won't matter because you won't hear it at the same time. In order to keep that from happening during your basic, I have some recording that I want to do, but it's on multiple pages, so I need to pause to go look at another page, or I need to pause and take a drink, hit pause. Pause allows you to continue on that same track, so that it's just pausing that track. You hit pause again, and it'll continue recording exactly where it stopped. Hit pause again. You see what I mean? That's the difference between stop and pause. Stop ends the track, pause just pauses the recording. If you have these two tracks and you don't want them to play simultaneously over each other, you use your time shift tool, which is here. Click on that, left click on that, and that's a new one. Left click on that. Oh, I see. It doesn't like that I have that paused. It wants it stopped. There we go. So left click on the time shift tool, and now I can move this track once I've decided to stop it and finish it. And I can move this in time to anywhere I want it. Either at the beginning, I can move this one to the end, however I want them to play. I can play them simultaneously, but I can simply move that one to the end. Okay? For basic editing, we want the selection tool. I can unmute that. The selection tool allows me to choose any point in the audio and manipulate it. So by left-clicking and highlighting a section, I can play it, and it will just play that one section. I can edit it, I can delete it, and it's gone. You'll see, though, I've now got a gap here. So I want to use my time shift tool again to line these up once I'm done, manipulating everything. If I want to add effects, again, left-click, effect, and here are all the effects you can choose from. Amplify, compress sound, level, there's a lot of different effects. You can also generate sounds. I have not played with every single one of those. There's just a variety of complicated things you can do. Basically, here as it is, my audio is going to play first this one and then this one. I can cut and paste. Again, left-click, highlight, edit. I can cut, copy. I can split a section. If I want to split, do this, split, then use my time shift tool to move this one. I can move this one in here so it will play this one, then this one, then this one. That's split. If you're having problems editing, make sure that your snap to is not selected. Mine was defaulted to 1 second so that I constantly snapped to 1 full second. Very annoying. Once you're all done, the audio, you can keep playing it over and over and over. It will keep starting at the point that you last selected. Or you can skip it back to the beginning. Once I've played it, I know it's exactly what I want. You want to go to File. You do not want to save, well, okay, if you want to continue working on the project, save it, but it's going to save as a .aup file, which is okay if you want to continue working on it. That's a pretty big file, and it's proprietary to Audacity. What we want to do is export, and you can see I've exported a few. I'm going to test 4, and you can export as an MP3, WAV file, or Apple file. There's a variety of files here depending on what you need. For most programs, they will recognize a WAV file or an MP3. MP3s are smaller. It gives them slightly less quality, but makes them a lot easier. You can send them over email, and they're a lot smaller to download. Here I can put different data if I want to be able to sort it later. I usually don't bother. The tracks will be mixed down so that it'll become one single, which is fine in the exported file. And it'll mix these two. So right now I have these two tracks are playing over each other, which is that's how I want it. Once I'm all done and it's exported, close it down. I can go to my files and find it again. If you're working on a PowerPoint presentation, this is where I saved it because it's where I've been saving them. If you're working on a PowerPoint presentation and you want to add these files, you want to make sure that you are putting the files in the same file as your PowerPoint, because that way it will make them easily accessible. And there are some tricks with PowerPoint. That's another tutorial. But as it is, I can click on that and play, and try it again, and it will start playing. And I can do whatever I want to with it from there. I can send it to my teacher. I can add it to a PowerPoint. I can upload it to a variety of websites. And that is how to simply make an Audacity clip.